What's going on, Jerome's? It's a beautiful Monday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings mock draft. We are using the ESPN 2024 ESPN Analytics Simulator. Those good times. Now, did it take multiple takes so I could pause it before it gets to number 8 since we're on light speed? Who knows? Because we'll never know. Power of editing. But, so some wonky things happened. So Caleb Williams 1, McCarthy 2 to the Commies, Jane Daniels 3 to the Patriots, and then everyone else decided to stick and pick Neighbors, Harrison, Alt, Adunze. Now, it certainly is possible that the Giants are in on McCarthy or Daniels. Maybe they're down, they're whatever with May. Maybe like, okay, we have an uber athletic guy who turns the ball over from an ACC school already on our rooster. We don't need Drake May. So they take Joe Alt, the pride of Totino Grace. Now, if I was able to pause this in time, I would have made a play for the Cardinals at 4 or the Chargers at 5. But since that Drake May just keeps matriculating down the board, let's do a little business. And also, the Vikings could end up at 8 because the Falcons tampered. Kurt even admitted it. But let's make a little trade. Let's do a little tradey trade. So the Falcons at 8, we would like to move up. And what's it going to cost? So 11 to 8 is not that big of a jump. You know, could it cost a 4 and a 6? It's possible. Or do we say a 4 or 5? 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, like the jump up is certainly not as exponentially cost. It doesn't cost as much as a jump into the top 5, right? And the Falcons' health. The Falcons may be forced to give the Vikings this pick anyway. So we'll say a 4. We'll say a 4 and one of the 7s. Go ahead. Make that happen. All right, so Vikings are now currently on the clock. You know what it is. North Carolina, come on, raise up. That's right. Drake May is our guy in this spot. And also hanging out at 23, which certainly is kind of nice. And the Vikings take a look. So Johnny Newton is there. Nate Wiggins is there. If you want your true lockdown cornerback 1. Mims would be a lot of fun along the offensive line. Cooper Durant is also there. People get mad if we take BTJ when they... Robinson is fantastic as well. I think that he is a multi-dimensional monster. Anywhere you put him on the defensive line, he's going to be great. Rakestraw. All right, so we are going to take DARIUS Robinson, the pride of Mizzou. And I think that's a great pick because not only will he help you rush in the passer, he brings a stoutness against the run, positional flexibility. I think he's your day 1 starting 4-tech, 5-tech, as well as he can kick inside, pass rushing nose, play some 3-tech on passing downs. So really happy with how things are going. All right, so Vikings got the quarterback of the future. They did not have to mortgage the future, which is also kind of nice. So for the Vikings now, I mean, basically everything else is just gravy. So you do have Devo from Pitt hanging out, chilling. DeAndre Carter. I mean, if the Vikings really want to double and triple down on this damn defensive line, they could go there. Mo Kamara, undersized but perfect 3-4 outside linebacker. Nehemiah Pritchett, the Vikings have done some work on. The Alabama DB, Bo Brady. Ooh, so it's interesting. So I kind of came into this draft thinking that, hey, maybe the Vikings should double down on quarterback. I'm not there yet. Like, I'm not there saying that we should just take Rattler in this spot, although he is kind of tempting. not going to lie. So Hunter Newsred is there, the pride of Penn State. I like a lot. I mean, we could trade down, except that's the downside. Like, there's no real AI in terms of trade offers in this spot. Sato Lumea. Now, could this be a poor man's version of Talisa Fuaga or J.C. Latham, where you have your potential future right tackle, kick him inside to right guard? It's possible. Javion Cohen, that's just the U being the U, formerly of Alabama. I do like a lot in this spot as well. Tanner Bortolini is a great center guard prospect as well. So, love Ray Davis' story as well. So this is a spot where would consider trading down, but if we are indeed just going to stick and pick here, it's sort of a toss-up. Like, I see the value of offensive line, certainly, but also Nehemiah Pritchett and Elijah Jones go back and forth. Also, Devo is up there too. I'm going to go with Pritchett in this spot. I just think that his game syncs up a little bit better with what the Vikings are going to look to do this year with Flores' defense. So, again, not really drafting for need, but it is weird when BPA syncs up with the needs that you do indeed have. And the Vikings, I mean, always looking for offensive linemen forever. Devo in this spot may be too much value, so could go corner in this spot. Tanner Bortolini is certainly there. Bucky Irving would be a ton of fun. Ray Davis I like a lot, as we said. But we are going to take Tanner Bortolini, a guy that really helped himself out the combine. He proved that he could play power. He can play outside zone, as well as does have that anchor that can hold up in the National Football League. So I like this spot, even though he's a stupid Badger. Could come in and compete for one of the guard spots, and then eventually he will take over for Garrett Bradbury at center. Even though he's a stupid Badger. All right, so in this spot now this is kind of weird because occasionally there will be prospects that sort of just get glitched or whatever and just sort of hang out as we're going deep into the draft. But I mean, Devo, I do like him out of Pittsburgh, super feisty corner, so we could double down in that regard. Or, I mean, there's lots of other options here. So Jaden Crumedy, in terms of if we wanted like a true blue nose tackle, certainly could go that direction. Cedric Johnson, Guarendo. Kind of like where we're at. Kamani Vidal, Hank Aaron's great nephew. Incidentally, he also brings a hammer in the running game. I just like the way that he runs the football, man. Matt Lee. All right, so if we didn't take Bortolini, I would take, I still might take Matt Lee. That's what we're going to do. But no, we're going to go BPA in the spot. We're going to take Devo. All right, so back on the clock, 6th round, 177, and it's basically the same board. We're going to take Jaden Crumedy coming in from Mississippi State. So we got some size on the inside, doubling down with Darius Robinson as well as Crumedy. Eventually, enhance. All right, I believe we did give away one of the 7th rounders. Ooh, Devin Leary. There you go. So I think that Leary does have some upside of potentially being like a decent backup, decent developmental quarterback. Now, I understand. You already have the Mormon missile in the building. Well, let's just look at the board. Just in case. Oh, Miles Cole is just there chilling. Matt Lee is just there chilling. Jarvis Brownlee is just there chilling. Wow. All right, so Frank Gore Jr. is just there chilling, man. I don't know, man. Ryan Watts, Gabe Hall. God dang. All right, so maybe we don't double down. Miles Murphy. Ooh. All right, so maybe we don't double down on quarterback, even though that was our intention heading on in. Williams, no real wide receivers to write home about. Running back wise, Gore. Do we just take Frank Gore? Yeah, we're going to do that. All right, so Frank Gore Jr., welcome on in. You notice that there's a lot of like juniors and sons of prominent players in this draft. It's a lot of fun, man. All right, so just looking at the Bears, Williams, Turner, Jalen Wright, and Bub Means. That's a good draft. It's a really good draft. But the Vikings, so it is nice that they're able to maneuver and not give up future draft picks and get up from 11 to 8. And also the Vikings may get number 8 anyway because of the Falcons tampering. No big deal. But Drake May takes a bit of a tumble outside of the top of the draft, but the Vikings secure him at number 8. Certainly we'll take that. And also what's important is that they hang on to 23. Darius Robinson is a destroyer of worlds. You're just going to love him up front. All heart, all hustle, all size, all just everything, man. I love me some Darius Robinson. Now, Maya Pritchard is going to come in. Potentially could challenge for one of the starting cornerback spots right away. Tanner Bortolini, I think that eventually that he will be your starting center, but could come in and compete for one of the guard spots immediately. Devo also in that mix, in that cornerback room, I think is great. Jaden Crumedy. So not only do you add Robinson, who's probably going to be your starting 4-tech, 5-tech, and could kick inside. So Jaden Crumedy, he's a nose tackle with upside as a pass rusher. So you check both of those boxes in terms of having the meats along the D-line. And then Frank Gore Jr. is just fun. That's all. And, I mean, it really sucks to say, but he really does comp to his dad. He does have good size, good patience, good vision, and he is a guy that is going to be a contributor on 3 downs eventually in the National Football League. But overall, like I said, didn't have to give up future first or any future draft picks at all, and was still able to get Drake May at number 8, and also the Robinson pick I love, the Bortolini pick I love, the Crumedy pick I love too. It's good times, man. We'll take that. But that's it. That's at 7-round Vikings mock draft. You know what to do. Skol, production value.